Welcome back to the Library of Legends, the archive of authentic connections, and the only channel where we look past the fleeting scandals to honor the bonds that define a generation. You are watching Mr. Magazine, and I am honored to be your guide through the history of Turkish television. Today, we are taking a step back from the chaos of breaking news to celebrate something far more rare: permanence. Time passes, projects change, and lives scatter to the four winds. But some bonds, against all odds, refuse to fade. We are talking about two names that took their first trembling steps onto the stage together, grew up under the blinding lights of the same sets, and achieved superstardom side by side. We are talking about Çağatay Ulusoy and Hazal. A recent confession from Çağatay has resonated throughout the celebrity world like a beautiful, forgotten melody. He admitted, "Hazal holds a special place in my heart." But what lies beneath these words? Is it simple nostalgia, or is it the acknowledgement of a debt of gratitude that can never be fully repaid? But before we walk down memory lane, I have a request for my loyal community. If you value storytelling that honors the roots of our industry, please destroy that subscribe button and activate the notification bell. We are building a fortress of memory here. For those who wish to support independent journalism and get closer to the source, the Join a button is waiting for you below. Your membership keeps the lights on and the stories flowing. Now, take a deep breath. We need to talk about the friendship that defined an era. In an industry defined by its transience, where co-stars often become strangers the moment the director yells a cut on the final episode, longevity is a miracle. As we entered the new year, a time usually reserved for looking forward, Çağatay Ulusoy forced us to look back with a statement that was as unexpected as it was touching. Hazal holds a special place in my heart. This is not the standard, PR-generated praise we are used to hearing. It is a sentence heavy with emotion. It is a confession that bridges the gap between the shy, inexperienced young man he was in 2011 and the titan of industry he is today. This statement is not just nostalgia, it is a recognition of a shared trauma and a shared triumph. It acknowledges that while they have both climbed to the peaks of their respective careers, the base camp where they started together remains sacred ground. To understand the weight of this bond, we must travel back to 2011. The television landscape was different then. Adini Feriha Koydum, I Named Her Feriha, was not just a series, it was a cultural phenomenon. It was a defining coming-of-age story that captured the tension of class, love, and identity in modern Istanbul. Hazal, already a rising talent, moved audiences to tears with the fragile yet iron-willed character of Feriha. Opposite her stood Çağatay Ulusoy, a newcomer with a modeling background, tasked with bringing the character of Emir Sarafoglu to life. Emir was complex, mature, chivalrous, yet internally conflicted. For Çağatay, this was his first major television project. Hazal wasn't just a co-star, she was his first partner. In the psychology of acting, your first partner is akin to your first love. They are the one who witnesses your mistakes, your nerves, and your growth. This makes Çağatay's confession years later all the more significant. He isn't just remembering a colleague, he is remembering the person who stood next to him when he was learning how to be a star. The true emotional core of this story lies in another phrase Çağatay reportedly used: "She supported me a lot." When a superstar like Çağatay Ulusoy admits this, he is revealing a vulnerability we rarely see. He is referring to the most fragile period of his career. Imagine the pressure, intense media attention, sudden fame, the crushing weight of high expectations, and the skepticism of critics who saw him only as a handsome face. Amidst this storm, having a partner he could rely on was his salvation. Hazal, despite her own youth, was a veteran compared to him. She commanded discipline on set. She took her work seriously. She didn't just act with him, she elevated him. She created a safe space where he could fail and learn. When Çağatay says she supported him, he likely means she guided him through the minefield of early fame, teaching him that acting is not just about looks, but about soul. It is fascinating to note how the actors mirrored their characters. Çağatay has occasionally stated that he and Emir share similarities. Maturity, distance, internal conflicts, and a quiet strength. Hazal, much like Feriha, possessed a resilience and a drive to prove herself against the odds. This similarity demonstrates that the harmony the audience saw on screen, that legendary female chemistry, was no accident. It was the result of two authentic souls recognizing each other. The bond Hazal formed with Feriha keeps the series' impact alive even today, but it is the bond she formed with Çağatay that has survived the test of reality. I have to pause here to ask you, the fans who were there from the beginning, do you remember the first time you watched Adini Feriha Koydum? Did you sense that this partnership was special? I want to read your nostalgic memories in the comments below. And if this deep dive is making you emotional, please consider hitting the join button. Your support allows us to preserve these important stories. In the superficial world of celebrity gossip, the phrase "see you later" is often a polite lie. It means goodbye. But for Çağatay and Hazal, it was a promise. Çağatay's recent words, "I admire her very much. She is someone who has proven her worth in Turkey," reveal a profound professional respect. He has watched her career path with pride. He has seen the risks she took, her ability to reinvent herself from drama to comedy, and her refusal to be pigeonholed. And the feeling is mutual. In her own interviews over the years, Hazal Kaya has frequently highlighted Çağatay's discipline, his composure, and his dedication to his craft. She has always defined their camaraderie within a framework of deep respect. They don't need to be seen at parties together every weekend to prove their friendship. Their bond is built on the silent understanding of two people who survived the same fire. Over the last decade, their careers have evolved in radically different directions. Hazal has become a voice for women, a mother, and a versatile actress tackling complex social issues. Çağatay has pursued darker, transformative roles, often stepping away from the traditional romantic lead to explore the grit of humanity. "I cannot predict where my career will go. I am completely focused on my work," Çağatay once said. Yet, even amidst this uncertainty and divergence, the anchor remains. The fact that they keep in touch on special occasions, anniversaries, birthdays, and New Year's, shows that their friendship belongs to the present as much as the past. It is a quiet, steady signal in a noisy world. Why is this relevant now? Because the new year is usually a symbol of discarding the old. But Çağatay and Hazal remind us that some things don't need to be renewed because they never broke. In a gossip column landscape filled with unfollows, feuds, and jealousy, the consistency of the Çağatay-Hazal friendship is a breath of fresh air. It is a testament to the idea that you can grow apart without growing distant. They have become figures who progressed by putting their heart and soul into their work, and perhaps that shared work ethic is the glue that holds them together. Ultimately, Çağatay Ulusoy's phrase, "Hazal holds a special place in my heart," is a summary of a decade. It is a sentence that encapsulates a golden era of Turkish television and a personal journey from innocence to mastery. Love stories are widely discussed in our world, crises, breakups, and estrangements grab the headlines. But friendships are usually quiet. And perhaps that is why they are the most real. And so, we close the book on this beautiful chapter. As we navigate a new year, let us take a lesson from Çağatay and Hazal. True friendship isn't measured by being on the same project or posting the same photos. It is measured by maintaining the same respect despite the passage of time. Perhaps their paths will cross again someday. Perhaps we will see them share a screen once more. Or perhaps, this friendship will always remain just as it is, discreet, elegant, and eternal. Before you go, I have one final question for you. Would you like to see a reunion project between Çağatay and Hazal, or should their legacy remain untouched? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And remember, if you enjoyed this nostalgic journey, the best way to support Mr. Magazine is to click that join button. It gives you a special badge, priority in comments, and helps us keep the history of our stars alive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow dreamers. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your heart loyal. This is Mr. Magazine, signing off.